Bible you always hear about cisterns and wells. And it's important to know the difference. Now, you are coming from Singapore.
Yep.
I've never been to Singapore, but I think
Many years ago.
no sister, but you don't have a problem with shortage of water.
Big problem.
Okay.
You have a big problem.
I tell you, here, you know, you see, we don't have big rivers, we don't have snowy mountains. All we have is rain. When does it rain here? In winter.
Winter.
When's winter? We are in winter. It's December, well, November, December, January, February mainly. And even then, it does not rain every day. You can come here in winter and you get a sunny day. All right? I would say in total, it rains here 30 days a year.
30 days.
And then you get a long and hot summer month with not one drop of rain. So they had to be very innovative in thinking, how are we going to survive here in summer months when there is no rain and we depend on water? What do we do? You know that Israel today is very famous for her high-tech, innovative start-up companies. It has to do with back then living here and having to come up with ideas how to survive. And that's one of the ideas. We say that's the first Israeli startup, the cistern. It's to collect rainwater. So what did they do? They hewed out from the rock kind of an artificial little underground reservoir. They plastered the wall inside so the water will stay. They built canals along the slope of the hill to bring the rainwater into the cistern, and the water stays in the cistern. Of course, one cistern is not enough for a village. On the other hill, we found an ancient village from the Byzantine period, from the 5th century, and we found on the slope of the hill 40 cisterns. And we calculate that 40 cisterns gave enough water for 400 inhabitants. Of course, they did not take a shower every day. Actually, the amount of water that we use today for our daily shower, I don't know how many showers you take in Singapore, but in Israel, usually a shower a day. So the amount of water we use for our daily shower is what they had for a month. So they had to be very careful with the usage of water, and that's why perfume was so popular back then. Because, yeah. Okay, so that's the cistern as opposed to a well. What's a well? A well is, you know, when the rain comes down, it seeps down until it gets to an underground layer of rock where it can't seep down anymore. It stays there. It's called the aquifer. That's the underground layer of water. To get to this aquifer, I need to start digging until I get to this underground level, and then the fresh living water keeps coming out from this underground level, and that's a well. Now, in a hilly area, I cannot dig wells because it's too deep, the level of underground water. I don't have the means. They did not have the means to get there. And so in a hilly area, you can't dig wells. So your solution would be cistern. Now, a cistern needs maintenance. You have to keep every year maintaining the plaster on the wall so it won't break and it will hold the water. And this really takes us to the word of the prophet Jeremiah. Remember Jeremiah, you know, they were always going to worship false gods, right? And they were always told not to do so. And so Jeremiah told them, the phrase is, you left me, God says, you left me, living source of water, a well, living source of water, and you went to worship broken cisterns that cannot hold water. So the true God is a well, a source of living water, and the false God is a cistern, because when it's broken, it cannot hold water. And so people back then understood this image perfectly, you know, because they knew what's a well, what's a cistern, what does it mean, a broken system, okay?